Hi YouTube, I have a fun deck profile for you today. Anyone that knows anything about me at all, as watching the channel since the beginning, will know that my favorite Digimon is Omnimon. So when EX4 gave us this fancy new Omnimon deck, I had to try it out. This deck is very linear. It attempts to do the same thing over and over again, and that's all it does. I'll explain what it is as we go through the deck profile. It's very reminiscent of the Red Purple Imperial deck, I will tell you that. So if you're interested in that, you'll definitely be interested in this. And yes, this deck list in particular, has gone the rounds in my testing. It has a good enough win rate for me to put a deck profile on it. So we're going to do it right now. If you guys know the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to notification bell and smash potatoes. That way you know when all these videos go live. And let's do it. Alright, so we start off with the eggs. It's a new egg in the EX4, a new Pseudomon. That says when one of the other Digimon digivolves, you draw a card once per turn. That will be happening a lot. Your other Digimon will be digivolving in this deck, trust me. So now we go on to rookies. We play 4 copies of a new Agumon. This card has an on-play ability that reveals the top 3 cards of your deck. You add a Digimon card with Greymon in its name, one Digimon card with Gabumon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in its name, and then add the place the rest on the bottom of the deck. So what this allows you to do is grab your Garurumon pieces, as well as Greymon, which is very, very good, or Omnimon pieces if you need Omnimon. And then inheritable effect when one of your other Digimon digivolves, you gain memory. Notice a theme here when one of your other Digimon does stuff, do things. Yep, that's going to be a theme in this deck, I'm telling you right now. And then we play 4 copies of a new Gabumon. It's exactly the same thing, but it adds a Garurumon card, and it can add a Agumon, Greymon, or Omnimon card. Besides that, it's the exact same card. And you'll see quite a theme with these Agumon and Gabumon cards as we go. Our backup rookie here is 3 copies of the BT12 Agumon, the one that on play you reveal top 4 cards, and then you add a Greymon card to your hand, or Omnimon card to your hand, and a Tai Kamiya in its name, Tamer, which we do play in this deck. And the inheritable 1000 DP if it's Greymon or Omnimon comes up sometimes. The only really bad thing about this egg is that it costs 1 to evolve because we're not playing Koromon. So be very careful with that. Don't throw. That would be a terrible idea. But yeah, just keep that in the back of your brain. There's a reason why it's the backup rookie. So now we move on to the champions, and we're playing 4 copies of a new Greymon. This Greymon here is a when digivolving effect that says one of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Garurumon in its name in your hand for the Digivolution cost. When that Digimon would digivolve by the effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. So if you want to take your Greymon effect activate, you have a Gabumon on field, you can evolve into a Garurumon for 2, which is 0, which is really, really cool. And it has inheritable reboot, which is pretty nice. And then we play 4 copies of the Garurumon, which is the same thing except for Greymon cards. So you guys might be noticing a theme now where you can continuously climb up, so to speak. Anyway, it also has reboot. It's the same champion. It's fine. Our backup champion, literally just one, is 1 copy of Greymon BT12. When you evolve, you can play a Tamer with Tai in the name for free from your hand if you don't control one already. And the inheritable 1000 is there too for your Greymon or Omnimon card. It comes up sometimes, but very rarely. Usually you're just using your other champions to facilitate your combo plays, because this one doesn't really do anything for you. Not really. Playing a Tai for free, though, is pretty cool. Alright, moving along to Ultimates, we're playing 4 copies of a new Metal Greymon. This Metal Greymon has blocker on itself and has blocker inheritable too. When digivolving, one of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon with Garurumon in the name. And if you do, you reduce the cost by 2. Isn't that interesting how it does the same thing as the Garurumon and Greymon earlier? But wait, there's another ultimate that we play 4 of that does exactly the same thing, only for Greymon cards. And it also has blocker and blocker inheritable. Pretty wild how this deck just kind of works, right? It's just constant evolve chaining, and that's pretty cool. Now we move on to the megas, and this is where things actually start to get a little bit spicy, in the sense that it's not always the same thing you're doing. We play 4 copies of the new Blitz Greymon from EX4. So it costs 4 to evolve, but 3 on a Metal Greymon, so ideally you try to evolve that on your Metal Greymon. When it's evolving, you activate one of the 3 effects it has. You can either de-digivolve 1, 3 of your opponent's Digimon, One of your other Digimon may Digivolve into level 6 or lower card with Garurumon in its name without paying the cost. Or this can do a DNA Digivolution. Ah, well, we'll get back there in a minute. But if you want a combo, you can combo, and if you want to Digivolve stuff, you can Digivolve stuff. That is a cool inheritable too. When attacking, if it has Omnimon in the name, which it will, trash top card burns security once per turn. Pretty good card. Burning security is something you'll love to see. And now we're going to move on to the other Mega in this deck. 4 copies of Cress Garurumon. Cress Garurumon also evolves for 4, but 3 on a Garurumon. So again, you want to position it so it evolves on your Garurumon and not your Metal Greymon. When it's evolving, you can activate one of the 3 effects. 2 of the effects are basically the same, the DNA Digivolution and Evolve a Greymon card. Okay. The other one is choose a number of opponent's Digimon so that their play costs add up 6 and return them to the bottom of the deck. Not a bad card, just a little bit of removal. Hard to read. Text is really small in that. But yeah, you get to basically just bottom deck some stuff. That could come up. You never know. And then when attacking once per turn, Digimon has Omnimon in its name, which it will. You return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck. So it can bounce ultimates and lowers. And that's honestly not too bad. That's pretty cool. Now we move on to the Megas. We play a total of level 7 Megas. We play a total of 5 in this deck. We play 3 copies of Omnimon Alteress, the brand new one from EX4. So it costs 6 to evolve manually, but you can also DNA Digivolve it with a red and a blue, and it will cost 0. When you evolve it, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less, and you get to basically bottom deck something, which is pretty crazy, a bottom deck at level 6 or higher Digimon. So it removes 2 things when you evolve, which is nice. And then the All Turns effect, though, is really good. If it would be removed from the field, except by your own effect, you play a Blitz Greymon and a Crest Garurumon from under this card's sources. You just play them. And then this goes into the bottom of your security at the last card, which is very good. Very good card. So if anything happens to it, it just pops out those 2 bars underneath it. And then you can do it again next turn, which is pretty wild. And then to wrap it up, we play 2 copies of the ultimate boss monster. 2 copies of Omnimon Alter B. B like based. This thing costs 5 to evolve on a black, which all your level 6s are black, part black. Or evolve a 2 on an Omnimon name, which is cool. When Digivolving, you Digivolve 3 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Then you delete things with play cost of 6 cost or less, which is okay. And then when attacking, you can trash up to 3 sources, which is really cool. If you do that, you delete one of the lowest play costs for each card amongst Digimon and Tamers. And you burn 2 security if you trash 3 or more cards with this effect. So this can just delete 2 security. Don't forget, with the Blitz Greymon, it can delete 3 security from one attack. And that's pretty crazy. That card can just end the game all by itself. Now getting there is definitely a challenge, that's for sure. But if you get there, you're probably doing fine. Now we'll move on to the Tamers. We play 4 copies of the brand new Matt and Ty. And my deck fell. That's okay. That's alright. There's too much excitement going on, so the deck just kind of toppled over. We'll keep that for the video. I won't edit that out. Anyway, we have 4 copies of this wonderful Tamer here. So this is a brand new Tamer that not everyone plays 4 copies of for reasons I don't quite understand. This Tamer is one of your make or break buttons in the deck. What it does is during your turn, if you would evolve a Gabumon or Agumon, you can suspend a gain memory. So it's like an Nokia, but its more important effect is the next effect. Your turn once per turn. When your Digimon Digivolves, if you have 1 or fewer Digimon, you may play a Gabumon, if that Digimon has Greymon in the name, or Agumon if it has Garurumon in the name, from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Yes, this triggers all your own plays as well. So if you guys have noticed the theme, right? You have to have 2 bodies on the field to evolve up till you get to the Omnimon in the end. That's how it works. Well, this card allows you to get your other piece back for free if you don't already have it on the field. And that's broken. You really only need 1 of these Tamers for that effect, but the memory, gaining back is really freaking good as well. And with Tamer hate in the format, like things like Black or Greymon existing, I see no reason not to play 4 copies of this card, honestly. The sooner you see it, the sooner your chances of winning happen anyway. So 4 copies of it, in my opinion, is like obligatory. Not everyone feels the same way, but that's okay. We also play 2 copies of Nokia. Yes, Nokia is making a comeback. Nokia plays an Agumon or Gabumon from your hand when you play it, and when you would evolve, suspend to gain a memory back. So you have 6 Tamers that can do that basically, which is really, really cool. And of course, playing the Agumon or Gabumon when you play that card is pretty cool. The final 3 cards in the deck are 3 copies of Black Memory Boost. All of your Digimon, except Omnimon Alter S, are black. Even Alter B is black. So Black Memory Boost adds you most of your deck to your hand. It doesn't add your Tamers, doesn't add Memory Boost, it doesn't add Alter S's. So that's a total of like only 12 cards in the deck that doesn't add. Your Black Memory Boost is getting you something every turn. And the memory will really come up. It will come up. It'll allow you to actually play the game when you would otherwise be choked. And that's it for the deck profile. Let me just showcase the combo for you real quick. Okie dokie, I'm going to try and show this off. It'll get pretty big, so hopefully everything is fine. Let's say on your turn 1, you evolved Gabu in the back and you played Agumon for 3, you grabbed a card. Okay. And your opponent just maybe played evolved a rookie in the back, played Memory Tamer, put you to 1. Okay, you're at 1. That's fine. You draw for turn. Okay. You promote this. Okay. Now what are we going to do? How do we do anything with this deck? Well, I'll show you. So what you do here is you evolve Gabumon into Garurumon for 2. You draw for Evolution. You activate the effect of Garurumon when Digivolving. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into level 6 or lower Digimon card with Greymon in its name for the Digivolution cost. When it would Digivolve, reduce the cost by 2. So we're going to evolve this Agumon into Greymon for free. And we're going to draw for the Evolution. We'll gain a memory back. That's fine. We'll draw a card. That's fine. Okay, cool. Now we can use the Greymon's Digivolving effect. One of your other Digimon may Digivolve into level 6 or lower Digimon with Garurumon in its name. And if you do, reduce the cost by 2. So let's take this Greymon and evolve this Garurumon into Garurumon for reduced cost of 1. You draw for Evolution. Alright. You get a memory for that, which is pretty nice, whatever. And then you use Garurumon's Digivolving effect. One of the Digimon may Digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon with Greymon in its name. If you do, reduce cost by 2. So we'll evolve it into Metal Greymon here for 1. We'll draw a card. Alright, and now we can use this Wind Digivolving effect. Wind Digimon may Digivolve into level 6 or lower Digimon with Garurumon in its name for reduced cost by 2. So we're going to go ahead and evolve this Garurumon into Crest Garurumon for 2. And we're going to draw a card. We're going to choose to use the effect that says we can evolve one of our Metal Greymons without paying the cost. Uh-oh, that could get pretty scary, right? So we'll evolve this Metal Greymon into Blitz Greymon. We'll draw for Evolution. Can you tell my deck is a little bit sorted? Can you tell that at all? Anyway. Now we're going to activate the Blitz Greymon's effect. The Blitz Greymon effect, the third one, the one that reads, this Digimon and one of your other Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand for the cost. Which is kind of a joke, because, you know, there's no cost. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to DNA Digivolve these stacks together, and we're going to make Omnimon Alter S. We're going to draw for Evolution. Then we're going to activate the Wind Digivolving effect. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less, and return one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon to the bottom of your opponent's deck. Alright, cool. And just like that, that whole combo basically costs 4 memory unless I messed up somewhere. And that gets you an Omnimon Alter S. If your opponent would find a way to get rid of it, well, all of a sudden this card goes to the bottom of the security, just like that, and then you get your 2 pieces. And these go away, that's fine. But then maybe you can do it again next turn if you have another one, or evolve one in the Alter B, you know what I mean? There's lots you can do with this deck. Now, as you guys notice, you need to have the stack in hand. You're not always going to have the cards in hand, let me tell you. So sometimes it's a bit of a grindier little process. And sometimes you might not have the Digimon to play, but you might have one of the Tamers or whatever. So that's the fundamental combo of the deck. It is very linear. There's nothing too complicated there. You turn these into this, and then eventually, if you want to, this is kind of there, just end the game. And that's the Omnimon deck. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm super excited to play the deck, even though it's like not anything complicated, sophisticated, or exciting. It is an Omnimon deck, so my heart bleeds all over it. Let me know what you think of the deck list, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.